Welcome to the Ultimate Police Pursuit Countdown. These are the top 10 wildest high-speed chases, captured live from Dashcams and Bodycams. One wrong move can change everything. Let's jump straight into the action.
35 years old Ricky Lee Ray, out of Bearden, was wanted in connection with an April 17th shooting, and every time law enforcement got close, he found a way to slip away. He abandoned his vehicle near mile marker 24 and fled into a field on foot. Jefferson County, Arkansas Department of Corrections, K-9 Unit SWAT, and the U.S. Marshals, and he still got away. Days later, he is spotted again, flees through residential areas, crashes into a ditch, and runs on foot a second time. But Arkansas State Police locate a vehicle associated with Ray, and the moment troopers move in, he floors it.
Show me 1024. Dollar South towards North Beach. He's gonna stop. I'll take it. I'll give him this direction. Okay, here's ours. We're going off Bond Avenue, headed towards Peach Street. Gonna be making a right on Juniper. Right on Juniper. We're gonna pull and headed towards University.
The pursuit tears through business and residential areas of Pine Bluff, hitting speeds greater than 100 miles per hour on 2nd Avenue, with multiple agencies converging from every direction.
Head forward. Still going east on 2nd. Coming up Walnut off 2nd Street. Speed's going on. Bad Rick. Gonna be Walnut. Turn over, fire. Stand 15.
Troopers move in immediately, extinguishing the fire and pulling Ray and another occupant from the burning wreckage. The occupants of the other vehicle walk away without injuries. Ray is taken into custody on scene, facing possession of a firearm by certain persons and first-degree battery charges on top of everything this week-long manhunt produced. Some people make law enforcement work for every single second of the arrest, and Ricky Lee Ray made them work for days. On March 1st, 2024, Little Rock police are already in a pursuit of a black Ford pickup and struggling to bring it to an end. When that call goes out for assistance, there is really only one answer in Arkansas, and Trooper Kennedy responds and within minutes takes over as primary. The dynamic of this chase just shifted completely.
I'm direct. The next directed for Adam 84, 1037.
Off the median over the north side.
Road. Do you want me to start that way?
Turning up towards Reynolds.
Take it one way bridge. 3 to 84, Air Force 50.
10-4, we're going south on Reynolds. Come over there.
Yeah, you are going back over the fence. South on Reynolds.
First chance I got.
Little Rock didn't get a call. We're trying to get out.
I think it's 123. Going back eastbound. South Service Road.
Get on the South Service Road and headed back east.
South Service Road headed east.
It doesn't take long for Trooper Kennedy to understand exactly why Little Rock police were having trouble. and this driver is willing to risk absolutely everything. But there is a big difference between running from city police and having an Arkansas state trooper locked onto your bumper, and that difference was about to become very obvious.
Traffic's still pretty good. Coming up on 120.
124 heavy traffic. 2350, there's a code 9, Commerce 183. 23, 21. Taking 124 X. 90 mile an hour. Taking the 124.
TBI self.
Hold on. 124.
And he tried to bail on foot. Looks like Little Rock's 1015.
After the second pit, the suspect bails immediately and takes off on foot, but Little Rock officers are right there and shut it down just feet from the truck. A team effort from start to finish, and one more suspect who learned the hard way that when Arkansas state troopers get involved, the ending is never really in question. On November 7th, 2024, the Bullitt County, Kentucky Sheriff's Office contacted the Indiana State Police Regional Dispatch Center in Versailles, requesting troopers check the area of Henryville, Indiana, for two suspects believed to have committed an armed robbery. Bullitt County believed the individuals were in a Ford pickup they had just stolen. At 10:49 p.m., Scottsburg police and Scott County deputies observed the Ford in the Wendy's parking lot. At the same time, the suspects observed law enforcement and attempted to flee.
Signal 100. Signal 100 call. Hold the channel up, hold it. Speeds 85. Contact Jefferson County. Still eastbound on 56, speed 95, approaching State Road 3, speed 95.
The pursuit continued through Jefferson County into Jennings County at speeds reaching 100 miles per hour. The primary trooper was alone at this point in the pursuit, and knowing two armed suspects were in the truck meant that until backup arrived, the pit was not an option. He was outnumbered by dangerous suspects.
I'm watching this information. EMS route for sick person, Palmyra.
North, around 256. 80 approaching West Henry. Verify to Jackson County to head towards 250 in case he goes back west. Northbound Highway 3 approach.
At this point, three vehicles caught up. Now, with the assistance, the trooper was able to get closer and execute a pit maneuver.
Like that. Stop 6 on 600 south. Stop 6 on 600 south. 50, 1050.
1050, 1050.
1050.
I see hands! Hands up! Don't move! Here. Faster.
Please don't shoot. Take it. Please don't shoot. Please don't shoot.
The driver, 45-year-old Daniel York, attempted to run from the scene but was caught by officers with the Austin Police Department. The passenger, 62-year-old Everett Klein, was placed into custody without incident. Both were lodged in the Jefferson County, Indiana jail after medical evaluation. In addition to being wanted for armed robbery and vehicle theft in Bullitt County, Kentucky, both men had active warrants. York had warrants for possession of methamphetamine, battery, criminal mischief, and public intoxication. Klein was wanted in Ohio for probation violation. York was charged with resisting law enforcement with a vehicle, possession of stolen property, possession of a stolen vehicle, reckless driving, OWI impairment, and warrants. Klein was charged with possession of stolen property, possession of a stolen vehicle, and warrants. On July 28, 2023, Arkansas State Police was contacted to assist with a fleeing suspect after Marion Police Department initiated a pursuit in their city. Trooper James Garrett Byrd caught up to the pursuit and became the primary unit.
280 on 40. I get turned around here.
Alright, I'm in the right lane, it's in the left lane. Is it Crown Vic?
And he supposedly tried to assault an officer.
Alright, I'm primary, go up to 283.
Trooper Byrd executed a pit and completely wrecked the suspect's vehicle, sending it spinning out of control and overturning. But Trooper Stephen Roberts, who was catching up at a very high rate of speed, didn't see the suspect's vehicle in the darkness and drove straight into it.
Okay. Alright, I just about wrecked out. I see the guys. Bridge. I see the guys. Alright, you wrecked out.
Roberts' patrol unit crashed into the passenger side of the suspect's vehicle at high speed, causing heavy damage to both vehicles. The suspect was pronounced dead after those two wild wrecks, despite all attempts to revive him. This is one more proof that running from the cops is not worth it. On March 15, 2026, Little Rock Police Department is in a pursuit of a blue Ford F-150 on Interstate 30, driven by a wanted felony suspect. TFC Byrd doesn't wait for the chase to come to him. He gets ahead of it, positioning himself near the 117-mile marker and sits tight. As the truck comes flying past in the upper 90s, weaving recklessly through traffic, Byrd merges in and takes primary, and almost immediately notices Valtierra holding a large can, which he casually hurls out of the passenger window onto the interstate at highway speed.
You don't have state police in front of us. When they pit in, remember guys, do a call out, do a takedown on the vehicle, do not rush him unless you have to. He does have a firearm.
TBI 116. Westbound is shut down. LRPD is doing. Crossfire, guys! Crossfire!
Trooper Byrd has seen enough. Almost immediately after assuming primary, he lines it up at the 116-mile marker exit and executes a clean TVI, bringing the truck to a final stop right there in the inside lane. LRPD officers move in, and Valtierra is taken into custody without a single further incident. On July 8, 2025, in Lee County, Florida, Trooper Jonathan Hernandez was parked on the median watching traffic when a silver Chevy Silverado comes flying past, weaving through lanes at an estimated 100 miles per hour. The trooper pulls out and the Silverado nearly rear-ends a pickup truck hauling a trailer before the driver flicks on his turn signal like he's about to pull over, then floors it. Sirens on dispatch notified, and this pursuit is officially running at 102 miles per hour through traffic.
Go ahead. Traffic up in 1031.
The suspect makes the bold decision to intentionally ram the trooper, leaving his patrol vehicle completely disabled on the side of the road. But the move costs him too. The front right tire is completely gone, and now he is out here on 3 tires, with hopes of escape fading faster than that rubber did. Because what he didn't account for is that disabling one trooper doesn't disable the radio. And right now, there are multiple units closing in on a truck that is running out of both tires and time.
Come out.
Suspect climbs from the driver's seat into the passenger seat, exits the vehicle, and Trooper Hernandez grabs him immediately, taking him straight to the ground in handcuffs. The smell of alcohol coming off Reardon is immediate and unmistakable, but the real plot twist comes at the hospital. During a CAT scan, medical staff inform the trooper that Reardon appears to have a bottle of pills hidden inside his rectum. His blood alcohol level comes back at 0.152. Nearly double the legal limit. He was medically cleared and transported to Charlotte County Jail. This video shows the arrest of a dangerous suspect who should have already been behind bars. Back in January 2023, he was arrested with a firearm after shooting into an apartment full of people. But due to uncertainty amongst witnesses, he wasn't taken to jail. Instead, his case was sent to the grand jury for indictment. What happened next while he was free is a stark reminder of what can go wrong when the system fails to keep dangerous individuals off the streets. This video takes place just a few months later, when officers spotted him leaving a gas station on the west side of Columbus and getting into a vehicle. When they attempted a traffic stop, the suspect had no intention of pulling over, and what followed would reveal just how violent and armed he really was.
Stop. Slow down. All right, go. 9190, we got it. We're going to be eastbound brakes passing Bellflower. We'll call it till another car gets here. Light traffic, speeds are 68 miles an hour. You're going to have to keep up with it, dude. Slow down a little bit. 9190, it's on zone. Traffic is light. Northbound brakes from Harrisburg Pike, crossing Big Tree. 9190. 9190, can you get us K9? 9190, still northbound Harrisburg Pike. We're crossing left of center here. It's just five. It just fived out. Stop.
John, you got us K9. 9190. Harrisburg Pike. Crossing left of center here. It just fived. It just fived out.
Heads! Let me see your head!
The chase ended when the suspect lost control and crashed, disabling the vehicle and bringing the pursuit to an end. Officers immediately moved in to secure the scene. The vehicle contained the suspect, Abdu Wadi Osman, and 2 others. During a search of the vehicle, officers recovered a handgun, a shotgun, and a rifle. All occupants were taken into custody without further incident. But the story doesn't end there. While awaiting his grand jury indictment for the January shooting, Osman was accused of committing several armed gas station robberies. One of those robberies occurred at a Shell station on West Broad Street on April 20th, 2023, where Osman was captured on video murdering Mr. Shaish Vera during a robbery attempt. This arrest, just 5 days later, finally took him off the streets. Abduwadi Osman is currently sitting in jail on a high bond, awaiting trial for murder and multiple armed robberies. It was April 8th, 2026, in Los Angeles when LAPD officers spot a BMW wanted in connection with a felony crime near Central and Town Avenue. They follow onto the 5 freeway calling for backup, and the moment the BMW starts pulling away, the pursuit is called. About 1 minute in, the driver takes the Olympic Boulevard exit, and what happens on that off-ramp changes everything about this call.
No, don't take primary.
1-812, we're going to be in pursuit of a 06 Charles vehicle. We're going to be continuing southbound on the farm from Indiana. Black BMW 2-door.
Unit on update with 1-812 is in pursuit of a 06 Charles vehicle southbound 5 from Indiana, following a black BMW 430i. Session back variant supervisor.
Pursuit from industrial occupation.
Continuing southbound 5 with unmarked number of occupants.
The officers know these streets better than the suspect ever could, and instead of chasing, they let him go ahead and gain some distance while they read exactly where he was heading. One officer simply cuts to the other side of the road and waits, and that head-on moment is just the opening act of what turns into one of the wildest calls Los Angeles saw that day.
Suspect just slow down, guys. Slow down, come around the corner. You just spun out.
Oh.
Southbound 5 freeway.
Hey, let me see your hands. Don't move. Hey, get your hands. Get up. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Hey, don't reach. Don't reach. You get shot. Put your hands up. Put your hands up.
The moment Jaime reaches for that gun, the officers respond immediately and he goes down right there on the scene. After securing the situation, attention turns to the passenger still inside the BMW. He comes out with his hands up and is taken into custody without any issue. Officers then check on Jaime, and LA County Fire Department paramedics pronounce him deceased at the scene. On September 21st, Florida Highway Patrol trooper was on routine patrol when a white Mercedes-Benz blurred past, weaving through traffic with a dangerous calculated aggression. The luxury car was overtaking vehicles at staggering speeds, tailgating and nearly forcing other drivers into the concrete barriers. For half a mile, the trooper trailed the vehicle, clocking it at a lethal 102 miles per hour in a zone where the limit was nearly half that. The tension broke when the trooper finally flipped the switch, and as the sirens began to wail, the driver made a choice that would turn a traffic stop into a life or death gamble.
We just got off on 62nd. Still continue. Still starting. 95 top down. We're now going 195. Down.
20-year-old Andrew Jesus Martinez pushed the Mercedes onto the eastbound lanes of I-195, his speedometer climbing until it topped out at a terrifying 130 miles per hour. Every lane change was a brush with disaster as he cut from the far left to the far right, narrowly missing innocent families. What drives a young man to treat a public highway like a private racetrack? And what was he so desperate to hide that he'd risk it all?
It's going to be Romeo, Lima, Victor, Papa, 7-9. It'll be approaching Alton Road. We're going 120 miles per hour. Road is clear. Road coming 105, now going to Alton Road going southbound.
As the Mercedes pushed into a sharp curve, Martinez lost control, the car hurtling off the road and slamming into a tree before settling in a ditch. The manhunt shifted from the concrete to the coastline as 4 figures scrambled from the wreckage. 2 passengers were apprehended almost immediately, but Martinez and a third companion took a final desperate plunge into the bay. While Martinez eventually surrendered to the law, the water would not be so kind to his friend. The following morning at 9:40 a.m., the search reached a conclusion when the third passenger's body was found floating. Martinez now faces a barrage of charges, including fleeing and eluding at high speed, reckless driving, and driving without a valid license. Yet the story ends with a baffling twist. Just 2 days after his arrest, Martinez's name and records vanished from the online jail database. Whether this is a clerical mystery or something more complex, the cost of those 22 minutes remains a permanent scar on a South Florida community. It was January 24th, 2022, when a silver BMW pulled out of the Oyster Pub and Grill, a local bar on Market Street in Dalton. A lieutenant noticed the improper turn onto Walnut Avenue and the lack of insurance activated his emergency blue lights, but the BMW didn't stop. Instead, the driver hit the gas and entered the northbound entrance ramp onto I-75, disappearing into the darkness. The lieutenant didn't pursue but radioed ahead with a critical detail. Dalton police had observed a rifle in the back seat earlier that night. A Whitfield County Sheriff's deputy spotted the BMW weaving all over the roadway at 112 miles per hour in a 70 miles per hour zone. He activated his lights and siren, but the driver wasn't stopping, pushing the BMW even harder as the pursuit intensified.
Working out there.
The trooper knew the vehicle had just left a bar and was all over the road, clear signs of an impaired driver behind the wheel. He observed erratic lane changes without signaling, weaving within lanes, and speeds hitting 125 miles per hour through a 60 miles per hour construction zone. Concerned the driver would cause a catastrophic crash, and with no safe options for a box-in or spike strips, the trooper knew the pit maneuver was the only option to stop this suspect. After the pit, the driver was ejected from the vehicle during the rollover. The trooper rushed to where he landed and found him leaning to his left shoulder with no signs of breathing. He retrieved medical gloves, returned and repositioned the driver's head to open his airway, but there were still no signs of life. Puckett Emergency Medical Services arrived and confirmed he was deceased. It was March 29, 2024, when a Florida Highway Patrol trooper spotted a silver BMW flying up I-95's express lanes in Miami-Dade. The driver wasn't just speeding, he was using the left shoulder as his personal racetrack, putting everyone around him in danger. The trooper tried loudspeaker commands, but the BMW had no intentions of stopping.
Pull over right now. Pull over right now. BMW, pull over right now. Tag is going to be November Golf X-Ray Alpha. Speed slow down, traffic heavy, medium sympathy.
With the packed interstate ahead, the suspect was going all over the road, squeezing through gaps that didn't exist, and somehow making it work. But compared to what he would do throughout this chase, this was nothing. Watch closely because this is another level of chase. The chaos in Florida continued as the BMW ripped down the shoulder, threading past cars like they were cones. Then, in a bold move, the suspect overtook another trooper on the highway. That trooper immediately took over as primary, locking onto the BMW with one goal in mind: to do what the first trooper couldn't, bring this reckless pursuit to an end.
94 miles an hour express. Yeah, 4 pass on the overpass for Hollywood now. Overpass to Hollywood. We got a pin, we got a pin, we got a pin. Stop for vehicle search. Anytime non stop overpass by Hollywood. We got a pin, we got a pin, we got a pin. Stop for vehicle search.
The trooper made the call, lining up and executing a pit that finally ended the chaos, but it came at a cost. 2 innocent vehicles were struck in the process, raising the question: was it worth it, or should the trooper have waited for a better moment? Write your opinions down in the comments. The suspect, identified as Jacqueline Maxon, was taken into custody and now faces charges of reckless fleeing, eluding police, and resisting an officer without violence. She was transported to the Turner Guilford Knight Correctional Center on an $8,150 bond. Fortunately, the innocent drivers caught in the collision were not injured. On June 29th at approximately 2 p.m., as this incident began, officers with the Charles County Sheriff's Office responded to the Acton Lane in Waldorf for reports of a woman being assaulted by a man in a parking lot and a possible carjacking. Then Charles County Sheriff's officers responded and located the suspect, who decided to flee.
I'm behind it. He almost went head on with me. I'm behind him. South Carolina behind it, southbound 205. Southbound 205, number 1 lane, speeds of 75. 759, number 1 lane, traffic light, speed 100. Passing Idlewood, speeds 102, number 2 lane, 0 traffic.
Flying down the roadway at a reckless pace, the suspect miscalculated his turn. The vehicle slammed into a curb, launching it across lanes and into the opposite side of the road.
759, number 1 lane, 1050, 1050, 1050, 1050. The accident, 1050.
The chase ended deadly for the suspect. After losing control, the suspect slammed head-on into an oncoming truck, the violent impact instantly bringing the pursuit to a close. The driver was pronounced dead at the scene. The truck driver walked away without injuries, though shaken by the terrifying events that unfolded right in front of him. One more reminder that in a high-speed pursuit, it only takes a split second for everything to go from reckless to irreversible. It was January 31st, 2025. An Arkansas state trooper was on patrol when he spotted a Dodge Durango with expired tags. He followed the vehicle, and once the female driver noticed the state trooper behind her, the trooper didn't even have a chance to light her up. She had already begun accelerating and speeding away from him. He notified radio that he would be in a pursuit.
Yeah, I'm trying to get caught up over there to you.
I'm gonna go 1024. He's passing on the shoulder, about to wreck out.
Okay, go ahead. Come up to you. Right now. Still going. Okay, he's on the ramp.
As the chase progressed, both the suspect and the trooper nearly lost control of their vehicles. The trooper even attempted a pit after the suspect nearly lost control, but the suspect managed to recover and continued fleeing at a dangerously high rate of speed. Now weaving all over the interstate and passing other vehicles closely, the female driver was putting countless lives at risk with every reckless maneuver.
We're taking pictures northbound, passing, okay.
The trooper once again lost control, and now his car became disabled. The suspect sped away, gaining a lot of distance from the troopers. But as they circled the area, one trooper positioned ahead and waiting spotted the vehicle after 10 minutes. The chase continued, with fresh units now joining in to assist with stopping the dangerous driver.
It was a newer model Durango, approximately 2023, 2022. 1037, northbound 161, heading to Jacksonville. Item 23, it's Friday, 9 February. You're 440 westbound, 440 westbound. 23, if you get a chance, just hit him. One more head, 35, you're not going to see it.
As the chase got to the point where they were going at speeds of over 130 miles per hour, the trooper knew he had to intervene. As the road was clear, he caught up to the suspect and went for a pit, no matter what speed they were going.
CDI. Right before Proto, 40 westbound.
Show me your hands! Get your hands up now! Do it now! Open the door! Open the door! Open the door! Open the door!
Watch them. Make sure their hands are up.
Open the door!
Are you gonna kill me?
Open the door!
You're gonna kill me.
Open the door!
It's me. It was me who was driving, cuz.
I know who was driving.
It was me.
The female driver was finally stopped after a high-speed pit. The driver and the passenger were arrested immediately without any incident. They were later taken into custody, bringing the chase to an end. What started as a simple expired tag violation turned into a 130 miles per hour pursuit with near crashes, a disabled patrol vehicle, and ultimately a high-speed pit maneuver, ending with both occupants in handcuffs facing serious charges, including felony fleeing, reckless endangerment, and multiple traffic violations. It was July 5th, 2024, when a Georgia state troopers move in on a matte purple Charger for reckless driving, and the driver wants absolutely nothing to do with it, flooring it and slipping away from the first trooper entirely. Most people would take that as a sign to find somewhere to lay low. Corliss J. and Tim is not most people, because a short time later, Trooper Middleton locates the same matte purple Charger and moves in for a second attempt. And then Tim runs again without a second thought.
Going south 395, it's the matte purple Charger. Nope, he cut over, either going north 195 or eastbound 495. He just blacked out in pursuit. Going east 495, east 495.
You're going east 495 in pursuit.
Speed 1. And on, we're going eastbound now. Speeds are about 90 and increasing.
Speed 90 and increasing. Dr. 10.
Let's get on eastbound line traffic. We're taking Van Dorn, taking Van Dorn.
Copy, taking Van Dorn.
There's no direction here. We are going northbound on Van Dorn into further into Fairfax.
Trooper Middleton locks in and stays on the Charger for several miles, pushing through traffic, and as darkness falls, the suspect turned off his lights, trying to disappear into the night, making it significantly harder to track him down. But Middleton refuses to let the dark do what the road couldn't, matching his speed and keeping that Charger in his sight no matter what, because losing him a second time was simply not going to happen.
95 now, passing the exit for 95 north. Disregard, taking 95 north. 95 north.
Going 95 north.
Getting on northbound 95 right now. 167 over 4, light traffic, speeds 100 and climbing. I think he's got a flat. He's fish killing everywhere right now. Yeah, he's definitely got a flat or something wrong with his car. We're only at 110 right now. He's all over the road. Coming up on 644, 130. He's fish killing everywhere still.
Coming up on 644, 130.
Just when it looked like this was going to stretch deep into the night, something shifts, and you can almost pinpoint the exact moment the suspect realizes that Georgia State Troopers are simply built different. Outrunning them was never really on the table, and the longer this went on, the more obvious that became.
He's still fish killing everywhere. Coming up to Frontier. Frontier making a right on Frontier.
Turning right on Frontier.
There's light traffic out here. Coming up to Franconia Springfield Parkway, making a right on Franconia Springfield. Nope, you stop and bail out.
The foot chase was short. The suspect runs out of options almost as fast as that Charger ran out of road, and Trooper Middleton closes him down and gets the cuffs on. Corliss J. and Tim taken into custody, charged with felony fleeing, along with a variety of additional offenses. 20th, 2023, a woman was pulled over for speeding, but the moment she stopped on the side of the road, she took off. The trooper who stopped her quickly notified dispatch and called for backup. Moments later, Trooper Jacob Bird responded and took over the pursuit as the primary unit.
What kind of speed is you traveling now? Now, where are you? Up in the exit the door. 21, if you can end it, tear them out before they get to the state line.
After the woman lost a tire, Trooper Bird was ready to end it right then, but others advised waiting, thinking she might pull over. However, as the chase went on, it became clear that she had no intention of stopping.
You gotta take a 64D in the hotel. Is it over or are they still in pursuit?
Trooper Bird has dealt with plenty of fast supercars in the past and stopped them with ease, and this was just another day at the office for the legend. The woman was taken out of the vehicle, arrested, and taken into custody without further incident. On January 27, 2024, in Lathrop, California, officers respond to a domestic violence call on Shadywood Avenue involving 40-year-old Juan Valdez. When police arrive, Valdez flees the scene, turning a domestic disturbance into a dangerous pursuit through the Central Valley.
Going the wrong way for a second here.
Copy, westbound Bronson. We have BJ unit that was 21.
Long ramp from Ross Road.
Copy, southbound high side from Ross.
Boy, 13, his tire's coming apart.
As Valdez speeds onto Interstate 5 southbound, one of his tires gives out, but he refuses to stop. Desperate, he jumps out of his car and tries to carjack another driver right on the interstate.
Across towards the median, trying to carjack somebody.
I copy, he's booked in a lane in their seat of covering once the DMV.
He's trying to carjack a victim vehicle, holding on.
He's trying to carjack the victim vehicle. What's the description?
Shot, dude! Hey! You're gonna...
In a split-second decision, one officer fires 2 shots, striking Valdez and ending the chaos. He's rushed to the hospital, then booked into the San Joaquin County Jail. Valdez now faces multiple charges: carjacking, false imprisonment, and resisting arrest. On October 30th, 2024, in the state of Arkansas, Arkansas State Police Trooper Bratton found himself in a pursuit after spotting a truck speeding without a license plate. When Trooper Bratton caught up to the truck and activated his emergency lights and sirens, the driver failed to stop, triggering a pursuit.
As a Purnell Road, 90 miles an hour. Checked me. I tried to TBI. I slid down the side. We're still westbound, about 60 miles an hour. Going west justice from Old Highway 5. TBI.
Trooper Bratton performed a successful tactical vehicle intervention TVI, causing the truck to rotate clockwise and safely ending the chase after it collided with a tree on the north side of the road. The driver, identified as Harry Edgar Nethercutt, was taken into custody. Upon searching the vehicle, the truck's license plate was found under the driver's seat. The registered owner informed authorities that the truck had been stolen from an auto repair shop and that he did not know Nethercutt. Nethercutt was charged with felony fleeing, theft by receiving, speeding more than 15 miles per hour over the limit, reckless driving, driving with an expired license, and driving with no license plate. 23. Trooper Jacob Bird was out on routine patrol when he noticed a vehicle speeding, and something else caught his eye. The tags didn't match the car. Bird lit up the cruiser and initiated the stop. The driver pulled over and Trooper Bird approached carefully on the passenger side, unaware this stop was about to take a dangerous turn.
Hey there.
That window don't work, sir.
That's fine. Hey, I'm Trooper Bird with Arkansas State Police. The reason I stopped you is because you were driving 70 and a 60 when you passed me by Children's Hospital. 2, the tags don't belong to the car. Do you have a driver's license on you?
No, sir.
Why not? Do you have an ID?
Yes, sir.
What is your name?
King Jefferson.
Can I see your ID, please? Where'd you get this license plate at?
It's my girl's car. I can call her for you.
What's her name?
Angel Love.
Okay. What's her dad's name?
Sylvester Love.
Okay. You don't have an ID with you?
No, sir.
All right. Do me a favor. Put your hands on the steering wheel. Don't move. Don't move your hands.
The tags didn't belong to the vehicle, and the driver had no ID. That was a red flag, and Trooper Bird knew exactly what that meant. The chances of this turning into a pursuit just skyrocketed, and when the driver made his move to flee, he had no idea. He was running from the last trooper you want behind you.
Get back on 630 West. Get back on 630 West. Get back on University. Go back to North Carolina. T-Mobile Park complex.
The suspect probably had a million things racing through his mind, and out of all the options, he chose the worst one, fleeing into a parking lot. And as soon as he pulled in, he realized just how quickly that plan was falling apart, and made a run for the exit.
Going back toward Target, we came out of Park Drive. Now headed back toward University. Same wrong direction. Going to Arnold and Chipotle. Going east on Markle. East on Markle. Goes through Park Plaza Mall, headed back toward University. Great Markle.
Just pay attention how Trooper Bird is glued to the suspect's bumper, never giving him a second to breathe. No matter how wild the suspect drives, he can't shake him, because when Trooper Bird locks in, no one gets out of his sight.
Where the old Sears used to be. Left towards University, where the old Sears used to be. Come your hands, now! Get on the ground! Now! You don't get on the ground, I'm gonna take you. Get your ass on the ground! Get on the ground! No, you're not! Get on the ground! I got one black belt running.
Even after bailing on foot, the suspect didn't get far. One quick taser deployment and it was game over. He was arrested and taken into custody, now facing far more serious charges than if he had just complied. From his perspective, he couldn't have picked a worse trooper to run from. Once again, Trooper Bird brings the chase to a swift and successful end. Trooper Matthew Price was on a routine traffic stop when he was notified about the pursuit of a stolen truck. He quickly returned to his patrol car and joined the chase as the secondary unit.
Speed's 100. There's a red light. Traffic's light. Clear left, clear right. I think it looks like a rental truck. Speed's 90. Traffic, old Concord. 21's trying to do it for a bit.
Yeah, well, Concord.
Speed's 100. We're coming up to the city limits now.
As the primary trooper in the pursuit accelerated, the suspect slowed down, giving the trooper behind the opportunity to execute a pit maneuver. However, the suspect somehow regained control and continued fleeing.
Order 21, if you take a little break, I'll see if they'll slow down some and we'll just try to get the car. Keep behind him until you get there. If you find the safe space, go ahead if you slow down.
Coming up to exit 20.
Yeah, boy, exit 22 on 54.
Yeah, we're eastbound on 64, coming towards Mulberry.
Yeah, boy, eastbound 54 coming in Mulberry.
We continued on past the Dollar General, speed's 85. 21, you're going to have to get up here. Earl Lane, it looks like Earl Lane.
Troopers were close to ending the chase several times, but the suspect always managed to recover. However, the troopers remained determined, giving their best to stop the suspect.
He's passing somebody on the right shoulder. Speed's 100, past the Mulberry. Okay, roll over. Correction, you got him pitted out. Pitted out.
Finally, the trooper executed pit maneuver that successfully stopped the suspect. The suspect and passengers were both arrested and taken into custody, bringing this wild chase to an end.
Good job, guys.
On February 6, 2024, Santa Rosa County deputies were in pursuit of a stolen Dodge Ram traveling northbound on State Road 87. Deputies deployed spike strips in an effort to stop the vehicle, but the suspect, identified as 33-year-old Andrew Matyak of Destin, swerved toward a deputy, narrowly missing him in an attempt to evade capture. Florida Highway Patrol was called in for assistance and soon took over the pursuit.
You guys as well. Hey, US 29 southbound from Palm Street, US 29 southbound from Palm Street.
The suspect then began driving into oncoming traffic, making this pursuit even more dangerous and unpredictable. Let us know your thoughts about this wild chase in the comment section below.
You guys are at 115.
The suspect veered off the road and headed eastbound with all units in pursuit. With numerous patrol cars involved, the pressure mounted, making it increasingly difficult for the suspect to find a way to escape.
Several times, just get one of these.
The trooper executed pit maneuver, sending the suspect vehicle straight into the ditch. The suspect was surrounded by multiple patrol cars within seconds, and he had now way out.
Everything else seems to be good. And for you, and the identification number for yours.